Let's talk packaging. Now, when you purchase your skincare products, of course, you look for something that's functional, specifically if you have to keep it in the shower. So let me highlight the benefits of some of these different types of packaging. You have the flip lid with a flip top, which I absolutely love. This is a great type of packaging when you are using a product that's a liquid. As you can see, this is my micellar water. And micellar water's toners normally come in this flip top lid. They're not necessarily very active products, so it doesn't matter that you open and close them on a regular basis. Then you also get your medical dropper bottle, which has mostly been kind of used for serums. And of course, you just like pull the little rubber, and as you do that, it will suck in the product. And of course, as you push the little rubber, then you can see your product dropping back into the bottle. This is not necessarily the best type of packaging if you have very active products, because with the opening and closing, you can of course kind of not deactivate, but your active product will not be preserved to full extent. Then of course we have tubes. Now you can get a smaller tube, a bigger tube. Most of us girls love a moisturizer in a tube because we cut them open and get the last little bit of product out. But the nozzle is normally nice and easy, and of course allows you to apply product. So great for eye creams, great for moisturizers, sunscreens as well. And then this is very similar, but it's a bottle. So it's kind of like a tube, it's just a bottle. Also has the little nozzle, and you've got to squeeze the belly for the product to come out. Most of the time, you know, tubes are used for creams or a thick gel. That's really the best packaging for that. Then of course we get spray bottles. And sometimes it could be a moisturizer that can be sprayed if it's just a light lotion. Sometimes it could be a sunscreen that's also very light, and you would spray it to liquid. This is a great serum that you could spray in cotton wool and apply on the skin, or sometimes you just spritz some of your toners even on the skin itself. Also great packaging to use. Make sure you put the little cap back on. It's there to preserve your product for as long as possible. Then of course we also get jars, and jars are really great for very thick cream, mostly given to masks, I think, these days, because you've got a thick clay. This is like a thick clay based mask that's in this container, and of course you would use a spatula. As you can see, that's a spatula that I've used in here to just kind of scoop the product out, and then I would use a fan brush and apply that on my skin or on a client's skin. Then let's have a look at pumps. Now pumps come in bottles like this, for instance, and it is an easy pump that you can just use, and it's got like a little pipe in, and of course it sucks the product up. Sometimes there might be a bit of product at the bottom and you can't get it open, so then I would advise turn it upside down, or you can also cut them open and scrape the last little bit of product out. What is great about these is you can always lock the pump so that when you travel it can't push down. Then you've got another form of a pump dispenser, which is this little one in a bottle, and you will just squeeze and it will come out. Again, put the cap on, which is great for traveling, keeping it fresh and making sure that it won't pump out. Then you've also got this type of pump. Now this pump is really cool because the product is a liquid, and then as I pump, it's got this amazing mechanism and it makes it a mousse or a foam. Again, make sure that you put the lid on. When you do travel, I always make sure that I tighten the neck of the product so that your product can't spill out in your cosmetic bag. And then we have the airless, lightless packaging, which mostly is used these days for active products. And with this foundation, for instance, I can actually see as it starts becoming empty, it lifts up, and then eventually you can't see the color anymore. There are sometimes problems with the airless, lightless packaging, although they're potentially the best when it comes to keeping your formulation in your product fresh, keeping your active ingredients very active. But other than that, if they work well, then of course those are great packaging. So just an indication of the different types of packaging that you get. Make sure you always close your product after you've used it, because it keeps your product fresh for longer.